So my name is Marco Stavro. I'm an 18-year-old entrepreneur from Johannesburg, South Africa. I currently have a consulting company called Stavro Consulting, which helps large businesses better connect to Gen Z, as well as I'm the co-founder of Hustlers Global, which is a Gen Z publication and business community that is helping Gen Z business owners scale their businesses faster with less money. And we do a whole bunch of different things related to helping you scale from individual coaching and a process we take you through to actually live events and content and interviews. And so I've been building businesses for the past kind of 3 or 4 years, if you can believe it or not. And I love coffee, I love pickleball, and I'm excited to be able to answer your guys' questions and talk more about my story.
Well, thank you, bro. That was a wonderful intro. I'm stunned by the fact that you're this young and you've managed to make such an impact, in the business world, the entrepreneurship space. You're helping a lot of young businesses. Speaking about that, do you mind telling us about the reason why you actually saw it fit to actually focus on the Gen Z generation, to focus on young people and helping them develop their businesses, taking them to another stage?
Sure. So me and my business partner Yanda actually met in high school. We kind of met each other in the library, and I invited him to a business event, and we kind of got connected through there. And one of the things we realized, was running a podcast at the time, and I was so frustrated because all the events that I was going to and all the people that I was engaging with were in their 30s and 40s. And I didn't have any examples of other young entrepreneurs in South Africa and even globally that I could have access to, that I could ask questions, that I could engage with. And so we decided to start something that at an affordable rate and online, accessible to anyone in the world, they could get the right information and the right people at the right time to apply into their businesses. Exactly the problem that I had, I'm wanting to solve.
Well, nice, brother. Nice, brother. That's a wonderful thing for someone to be focusing on young people and making sure that they don't get to face the problems that you face. But can you tell us the solution that you're actually bringing for the young Gen Z people, the prescribed solution that you're bringing?
Sure. So Hustlers Global is divided into 2 sections. Currently, we have a publication and a content hub that has a bunch of interviews that you can go and listen to for free, both on YouTube and read the articles. We hosted some live events this year, which was like 150 Rand entry fee. We had speakers, we had engagements, we had stands that you could look at. And then from a practical side, we actually have a paid community that you can join. And we actually dive into your business and say, okay, cool. What is your biggest challenge? Why are you not driving cash flow? Why are you not driving revenue? Why is there not a referral network that you've built up? How can we elevate your business from a revenue point of view, from a brand point of view, in the next kind of 6 to 12 months? And so we've got courses within that. We have guest speakers come in ourselves, myself, sit down with you and strategize. And so that's kind of how we providing the solution.
Well, nice, brother. Nice. That's wonderful, I have to say. All at an age of 18. That's very wonderful and impactful, I have to say, and inspiring. I mean, looking at someone as young as you are, giving a solution and building a business from one stage to the next is amazing. It's inspiring. It's motivating. It encourages us to say, no, man, it's possible. As long as Marco is doing it, we believe that he can show us the way to do it, and he can show us the way to do it better. So absolutely. I really appreciate, man, that's a wonderful job that you're doing there. So if it happens that someone wants to inquire your services, this is something that I just want to ask, how can people reach you,
send us an Instagram DM here on Hustlers Global, send us an emails on the account. You can press the link in our bio. So all of those ways work, and our team will contact you. I'll answer my personal DMs as well. So that's the best way.
Oh, wonderful, guys. Wonderful. You heard Marco, you heard who Marco is, what he does, and how you can possibly reach him. Let us get to the topic of the day. The reason that we brought this topic this month was to make sure that all the young entrepreneurs get to be encouraged, because we're all going through some hard times, with the journey of trying to build a business. And we believe that hearing each and everyone's story, hearing Marco's story, is going to help you and encourage you and actually show you the techniques and fundamentals in which you can better be strong and conquer those challenges that you're facing. So, brother, just a little bit about when you started about business. Do you mind telling us about some of the challenges that you have actually faced, that actually were tall in terms of your business side?
Of course. I mean, the biggest ones I can think of is the lack of capital, the lack of resources, the lack of people, my network, the lack of understanding of what to do and when to do it. When you're starting a business and you're bootstrapping everything, you're trying to figure out where do I put my time, where do I put my focus, how do I generate revenue, how do I deal with clients, how do I create performance systems, how do I create management systems. And so all of that I had to figure out by myself. And it's really, really, really difficult when you've got limited money. Like I couldn't pay for certain things, for certain subscriptions that I wanted to increase my client satisfaction. I couldn't use certain CRMs to improve my business. I just couldn't afford it. And so I think that's the biggest one that comes to mind. And then also imposter syndrome, which is basically the state where you do not believe you are worthy enough to do a certain thing, whether that be open a business or to sell to a client. And the packages that I was selling when I had my PR company was ranging from $5,000 to $10,000. So that's over 150,000 Rand just for 1, 3, 6, 12-month package. And so when I'm sitting on these calls, sometimes I would shake under the desk like this because I was so nervous. I didn't have the belief and the courage and the confidence that this person sitting across me on a screen would actually want to buy from me. And so that's something that a lot of young entrepreneurs struggle with, is they don't believe that they can start a business. They don't believe they've got the skills, the experience, and their parents tell them that, the educational system tells them that, society tells them that. And so when that's all you hear, then you yourself start to believe that.
Yeah, true. Absolutely true, brother. I mean, I've come across those things as well, and many entrepreneurs actually came across them, and I have to say that whenever it comes to our families, they actually never get to believe it at us from the get-go. They actually do it as they see results and so forth, But let's start with the first challenge that you actually expressed, finances. Some people, there are two entrepreneurs, I believe. The entrepreneurs that are waiting for funding in order for them to build a business, and those that are going to get into the debt and work just to make sure that their business grows and becomes what they want it to be. So do you mind telling us as to how you actually managed to build your business, to how you managed to deal with the funding side, the financial side of things when starting out?
So I think, I'm spending now probably like 10 to 15 hours every single week working with entrepreneurs, having calls with entrepreneurs, speaking to entrepreneurs at events. And one of the biggest things that I see is that they're choosing difficult businesses. They're choosing to pursue ideas that cost hundreds of thousands of rands to create. And when you're just starting out, you cannot do that. And so that's why I believe a lot of the money that I started with was when I was interning at these companies and working in these sales positions. I was getting a commission off every package that I sold and every client. So I saved up on the side a little bit. And so I had enough capital to buy a domain on GoDaddy, and I had enough money to register a business, and I had enough money to, really start getting momentum when it comes to starting the actual business. And I believe service-based businesses are the best businesses to start because they're the least, they take the least amount of capital. So if you're wanting to launch an app or some sort of high-tech product, it's going to cost you a lot of money, right? And so when you're just starting out, or if it's your first or second business, I would say go service, or, go do something that just costs time, whether that be consulting, business coaching, or, social media marketing, because you can offer that. And if someone says no, like it doesn't affect you, whereas with an app or tech product, if you continuously getting no's and you're paying for developers every single month, you're just losing money. And so I started off with the money that I'd saved up, And then in the beginning, I did a payment model to get my first few clients, which was I said to them, hey, I'll deliver this service. And once I've delivered at the end of the month, that's when you pay me. And that's how I got my first few clients. And I recommend people use that when they're getting their first few clients.